Welcome. Today we have Dee Wagner with us. She's a licensed professional counselor in Georgia. She's also a dance movement therapist, and she's the author of the book Naked Online, which is a fantastic workbook for clients. I've recommended that workbook to my own clients who've really benefited from it. It helps clients who are doing online dating. It works a lot with attachment. It's also a fantastic workbook for therapists to use with their clients. So Dee's going to explain how therapists could best utilize her workbook. And Dee is also the co-creator and the main creator of our online course, The Digital Dance. So hopefully you'll be able to take a look at that also. So Dee, thanks a lot for your time today and sharing with you how to make best use of your very helpful workbook.
Thank you, Ray. It's great to be here with you, as always.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to talk about how I use this book.
Excellent.
So one of the main things about the book is that it's a workbook. It does have a lot of information in it. There's 13 chapters, and each chapter has 2-3 pages of information about various aspects of relationship needs, things that a person needs to grow. I don't know that you said the subtitle. The subtitle is A Dozen Ways to Grow from Internet Dating. When I'm thinking, I'll hold it up.
Nice.
It's a playful book. It's a workbook, a playful book, and we capitalize the Z in the word dozen. And we say in the introduction that we have snuck the word Zen into the subtitle. Because it's being a dance therapist, the book is a lot about becoming embodied, mindfulness, finding a sense of grounding during this process that can stir up a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the first things I say to clients is open the book, turn to the table of contents, and see what is the first chapter that kind of catches your attention.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I had a client, I was working with him. He came in because he was concerned that he had a porn addiction, an online porn addiction. And later I found out that he was doing a lot of Tinder-like kind of hookup things with people. But there was this one person he was involved with that he really liked, and it would just get him so anxious, his inability to control this person. Anyway, so when he opened up the book, the chapter that interested him was the chapter about moving forward and pulling back, about attachment theory, which was interesting because it seemed like a lot of his issues were attachment issues, anxious attachment style, and occasionally avoidant attachment style. So maybe you could show the table of contents.
Sure. Yep. Let me share that. So
reaching out or pulling back, chapter 6, how attachment style affects relationship. And so what a person does is go to the chapter that interests them and read a little bit, and then there are exercises to do. I'm looking at the table of contents. You and people who are seeing this can see the different names of different chapters. Like the first one, falling in love with yourself while creating your profile. That's a very unusual kind of way of thinking about writing your profile, because many people fall into the trap of trying to market themselves.
Yes, and also it seems like a lot of people feel really like they get really down on themselves.
Yes, there have been studies done about that. And in fact, some of the new ways of doing online dating have gotten rid of profiles altogether, because that's what it feels like to everyone, is no one's being honest. People are just trying to market themselves. And it's like, if we're just going to be superficial and market ourselves, then why not just swipe right to left? Let's just make it looks entirely. But there's a lot of therapeutic value to writing these and creating your profile and arranging your pictures. This chapter encourages people to go there and do it a lot.
I hear that a lot of people kind of develop an identity. They kind of create their identity through their online activities.
Yeah, there can be a real, it's like a mirror, you know, so there can be, is it going to be, so a person would tend to act that out based on the mirroring they got as basically as a baby. I mean, that's where the attachment stuff comes from, you know, and if they felt as a baby they were able to be sufficiently attractive enough to get their needs met,
right,
you know, then they're going to be more playful with the relationship they have to their profile.
Right, and then the feedback they get sometimes is like it's not helpful, or there's a lack of feedback and they could get down on themselves. So they, a lot of times, I notice people.
I was going to say that, you know, we as therapists know about Tronic still face experiments. So if a person puts themselves out there and there's no response, that can stir up all that anxiousness from infancy. You know, nobody's hearing me, nobody's responding to me. And as a therapist, great fodder for therapeutic work, you know. And another thing we do in the book to help with its workshop sense, let's take off the chapters now because everyone's had a chance to look at them, and let's you and I be more available with one another. Yes, here.
Yep.
We're finding each other.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
And those faces, just think about, I mean, as therapists, there's so much rich material here. Like, I just found a bigger picture of your face on my screen, and my body's going to respond, you know, like a baby who lights up. There you are. I found you.
I feel more connected than seeing us, you know, small and the text big, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what happens in online dating.
Right.
Those kinds of, I reached out into the ethers and found someone who responded to me. So it's very enlivening, and it's going to stir up everyone's attachment stuff. So it's great fodder for therapy.
Yeah. So the way that the clinician could work with clients using Naked Online is you have the table of contents, and the client can look through it and choose the ones that seem to be the best fit or most helpful for them at the time. So they don't have to read from start to finish. But just, you know, laser in on what's going to be helpful. And it's a playful, creative book where there's you do drawings, images, discussion, notice what stirs up in you.
There's two reasons that we do the go to whatever chapter. One has to do with just different people are at different places in their dating journey. You know, some people, they don't want to do the profile thing. Some people have done all that. They're now kind of having coffee tea dates with people. People are at different places. But the other thing is that we've made the book where you go wherever you want to go in the book and jump around so that it's very tactile. Like you say, we encourage drawing as well as writing. We encourage you take it with you, you know. And when you get all this baby stuff stirred up, it's really great to have something you can tactile, you can hold on to. Right.
Yeah, and to kind of put it on paper rather than just kind of swarming around in the head and
absolutely. And swarming around the head is that drawing piece. Sometimes it's not even words, you know, it's just shapes and colors. So being able to have a place to put it and then to bring it to your therapist. And as a therapist, to begin to identify what are those dances from those attachment dances from early childhood that are being stirred up.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you mentioned that, because what it brings up for me is the fact that most people that seek counseling, it's about relationships by far. When you look at these profile sites, you know, prospective clients looking for a counselor, by far it's about relationships.
Yes.
So you actually, that's what's most important to us in our life. So you get to kind of see that rawness of what the client is going through in their most important relationships when they bring this to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and that's where it gets into the nervous system functioning. And we know from polyvagal theory, which is something we include in our workshop, you know, that we have for therapists, So we know from the polyvagal theory that we have two kinds of nervous system functioning. One for when we feel life-threatening danger, and the other for when we feel safe. And what makes us feel safe is our dances of relationship. And that's why it's such an important piece of therapy. And then as we help people with their romantic relationships, which are the most volatile, the ones that are going to stir up most of their little kids' stuff, we're helping them with their nervous system functioning.
Sure. Yep. And then you have a workbook that or a pamphlet for therapists. Is that right?
Yes.
And where would they find that?
On our website, lustierlife.com. In the book, we talk about how the book is not about finding a partner. It's about developing lustier life skills.
Okay.
And so our website is called lustierlife.com. And there's a free ebook about how, for helping professionals, about how to use the book with clients. It's the ebook is specifically for coaches, but it works for therapists too, obviously. And then we have a one-page available, something for therapists that's just using for all helping professionals.
Okay, perfect. And that's where they would also go to where they could refer their clients to purchase the workbook or to purchase the workbook for themselves.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. That's fantastic. So in the description of this video, you'll find the link to Dee's website where you could download the free booklet as to how to work with clients, and also the link to purchase the book or for your clients to purchase the book. And also refer your clients to this video. This video itself will be really helpful for your clients to work through the thing that matters most to them is their romantic relationships. Yeah, so thanks a lot again, Dee. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome.